When the fifth and final experiment of Atlantis was seeded, fifth-dimensional beings from all over the universes volunteered for it. None of them had been to Earth, nor had any of them met before, so it was a journey into unknown territory. These strangers were obliged to share and cooperate, and out of this necessity, the Golden Era emerged. At the start of this period, the High Priest Thoth laid down the spiritual laws for the citizens to live by. There was a long and detailed list of the spiritual outcomes of different actions, and everyone honoured and lived by this wisdom. When Atlantis fell and the world became third-dimensional, we eventually created our current cumbersome legal system. In the future, our health and safety laws will be regarded with derision, while our arbitrary and the antiquated legal system will be viewed with compassion. In the golden future, there will be no legal system, for it will not be required. As above, so below, and as within, so without, are basic laws. Here are the other outlined basic laws. The law of request, which reminds you that if you want something from the spiritual realms, you must ask for it. The law of attraction, according to which you attract people and situations that exactly reflect an aspect of you. The law of reflection, whereby every single thing that happens in your life reflects something about you. The law of resistance, whereby whatever you resist persists, because you are energizing it with your thoughts. The law of projection, where whatever you see in someone else is actually within you and you have projected it onto them. The law of attachment, which states that you can have what you want. However, if you desire an outcome conditionally, it prevents it from happening. The minute you let go, that person or situation is free to come to you or leave your life for your highest good. The law of attention, which states that to the exact percentage you truly give your attention to something, it manifests. Positive thoughts have a more powerful charge than negative ones. The law of flow, which affects every area of your life. So if you declutter your home or workplace, stuck situations shift. Similarly, if you release clogged emotions or blocked thoughts, areas of your life clear. The law of abundance, which explains that everything you need is available to you, and the benign universe wants you to have your heart's desire. When you align your beliefs and actions with what you desire, the doors of abundance open to you. When you are fifth dimensional, your needs and wants are automatically granted. The law of clarity, which tells you that confusion keeps you stuck and uses up psychic energy, while a clear decision sets you free. The law of intention, which is very similar to the law of clarity, but with added force. A clear intention is like an arrow that aims for a target, and nothing can deflect it. So it is really important to know what you want. The law of prosperity, according to which you must align yourself to prosperity consciousness by thinking, talking, and acting as if you already have plenty. You must also use your wealth responsibly. The universe wants us all to be prosperous. The law of success, which states that you achieve success when your vibration matches the vibration of your desired outcome. In material terms, your beliefs create your success, or lack of it. In addition, there is the law of manifestation, which is often referred to as the law of attraction, but there is a difference. To activate the law of manifestation, you must focus wholeheartedly on what you want. You may draw it or talk about it as if you already have it, then visualize it going out into the universe. The next step is to imagine and feel as if it is in your life and act as if this is so. This is very powerful, so you must state you only wish your vision to manifest for the highest good of all. If you simply use the power for your own desires, you will draw your wish into your life, but you will also create karma. The power of the law of manifestation has been misused in recent years, and this has held the whole planet back. The laws of higher awareness. The law of balance and polarity reminds us of the importance of staying centered and also of looking at the aspects of our character that swing between polarities. For example, being a bully and a victim, being generous and mean, being caring and negligent. When you recognize these aspects of yourself, you can bring yourself into balance. The law of karma is, as you give, so you receive. It plays out over generations and lifetimes, and is coming to an end as we approach the fifth dimensional, new golden age. The law of reincarnation reminds you that your soul is on a long journey. If there is more for you to learn on earth, you return again and again until you have mastered the spiritual laws. The law of responsibility makes clear that you are ultimately responsible for your every thought and action, including how you look after yourself and your small children. However, you are not responsible for anyone else, and if you take decisions for others, you bear any karma that results. The law of discrimination is particularly important at this time when so much misinformation is being spread. It tells you to follow your intuition and decide what is right for you. The law of affirmation makes clear that your mind acts like a computer. Every thought or word you keep repeating goes into it and programs it, so it is essential to make positive statements and affirm who you are, or who you want to be. You will become it. The law of prayer offers a reminder of the power of talking to God, for God always answers those who come from the heart and with pure intention. Sometimes, mercifully, He says no, but remember that when you ask, believing, it is already granted. The law of meditation reminds us of the power of listening to God. It states that when you quieten your mind, God has the opportunity to drop His ideas into it. The law of challenge is for your protection in the third dimensional world of light and dark. If a being enters your space, under this law, if you ask, "In the name of the Christ, are you of the purest and highest light?" 3 times, an honest answer must be given. The laws of higher frequency. The law of frequency states that people with higher vibrations positively influence those with lower vibrations. The law of miracles is very simple, for it reminds you that when you raise your vibration, anything can happen. The law of healing explains that when you bring through pure light, it transmutes lower energies, and healing takes place. The law of purification reminds you that your aura is your protection, and when it is totally pure, you are totally secure. The law of perspective declares that everything is divinely perfect. So if you don't like what you see, you must change your perspective. The law of gratitude explains that genuine appreciation opens people's hearts, and it also opens the heart of God, who will bestow abundance on you. The law of blessings touches the person you bless with divine energy, and you also receive. The law of decree is very powerful, for your decree moves heaven and earth to do your bidding. The transcendent laws for fifth dimensional living. The 3 transcendent laws that Jesus brought forward for the ascension of humanity all those years ago are the same laws that we will live by in the new golden age. These are the law of faith. Faith is the greatest power there is. If your intuition tells you that something is right, your unswerving faith in your vision makes it succeed. The law of grace. Grace is a divine dispensation of mercy and is conferred by qualities such as unconditional love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. The law of one. We are all one, so you cannot hurt another without hurting yourself.